Hey, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm gonna talk about top 5
best Thunderbolt 3 monitors.
Starting at number 5.
ASUS ProArt display. While you can find the Dell S2722QC at a budget-friendly price when it goes on sale, the ASUS ProArt display PA278CV is another good option if you're on a budget and find the Dell slightly out of your price range. The main trade-off is that it has a lower 1440p resolution than the Dell, but while it has lower pixel density, the text clarity is still decent. Luckily, its USB-C port supports DisplayPort Alt mode and 65W of power delivery, so you can easily connect a smaller laptop to display an image and charge it using a single cable. Despite its low cost, it still has a few extra features, like its outstanding ergonomics that make it easy to adjust and a dedicated sRGB mode. This results in exceptional accuracy before calibration, as colors are accurate. Unfortunately, it doesn't support HDR, which is disappointing if you need that for video editing. If that's important to you, the Gigabyte M27QP is another budget option that supports HDR, but its USB-C port is limited to 18W of power delivery, which isn't enough to charge laptops.
Coming at number 4.
Dell S2722QC27. If you don't need Thunderbolt support like on the LG 40WP95CW and find the ASUS ProArt display PA279CRV too expensive, consider a cheaper monitor like the Dell S2722QC, which often goes on sale too. It has a smaller USB hub than the ASUS, as it has 2 USB-A ports and a single USB-C port, which is the main trade-off for getting something cheaper. It supports DisplayPort Alt mode and power delivery of up to 65W, which is still enough power to charge smaller laptops but isn't enough to charge power-hungry laptops. It's good for productivity as it has picture-in-picture and picture-by-picture modes, which is great if you want to connect 2 sources. It's also a great choice if you need to use it in a well-lit office space, as it has good reflection handling and is bright enough to overcome glare. Lastly, it has wide viewing angles and excellent ergonomics, so you can easily adjust the screen to an ideal viewing position and show content to someone next to you.
At number 3.
LG 40WP95CW. While most USB-C monitors support DisplayPort Alt mode, some have Thunderbolt, which is what Mac computers and some Intel-based laptops support. It has a few advantages over DisplayPort Alt mode, like higher power delivery and bandwidth, but it isn't available on as many monitors. Regardless, if you're looking for a monitor with Thunderbolt support, check out the LG 40WP95CW. It has 2 USB-C ports that both support Thunderbolt 4. This allows for 96W of power delivery and has an incredible 40 gigabits per second USB-C rated speed, much more than the 5 gigabits per second on the ASUS ProArt display PA279CRV. This monitor has useful extra features like a picture-by-picture mode, which is great if you want to view images from 2 sources side by side. It offers enough space to multitask as it has a massive 40-inch screen with a 21:9 ultra-wide aspect ratio and 5120 by 2160 resolution, producing sharp text. If you don't like the ultra-wide format, consider the 27-inch Apple Studio display, which supports Thunderbolt 3 and is optimal to use if you have a Mac computer.
Number 2 of my list.
ASUS ProArt display. If you find the Acer Nitro 15275K P3 Bipros a bit out of your price range and don't need its gaming or HDR performance, check out the ASUS ProArt display PA279CRV. Like the Acer, its main USB-C port delivers 90W of power. It also has a 4K resolution, resulting in extremely sharp text, and its 27-inch screen is big enough to open 2 windows side by side. It's meant for content creation as it has a remarkably accurate sRGB mode and other picture modes for various color spaces you may need to work with. However, its performance for most uses is worse than the Acer's. It doesn't get as bright as the Acer, so it's not a good choice for watching HDR content or working in very bright environments. It's also far worse if you want to game with it, as it has a lower refresh rate and slower response time. It does have 3 USB-A ports, while the Acer only has 2, so you can connect more devices to it than to the Acer.
And number 1.
Acer Nitro 27-inch. The best monitor with USB-C that we've tested is the Acer Nitro 15275K P3 BiPros. Its USB-C port delivers 90W of power and supports DisplayPort Alt mode, so you can charge most laptops and display an image from your computer with a single cable. It also has 2 USB-A ports. Once you connect to the monitor with a single cable, you'll find its performance to be excellent for almost anything you want to do. If you're using it for productivity tasks, it has fantastic text clarity, and the monitor gets very bright, so you won't have any trouble seeing content clearly in a bright room. It also has fantastic ergonomics, so it's easy to share your monitor with someone else, whether it's for work or while watching a movie. Additionally, it's great for professional editing with its extremely accurate sRGB mode, and it's an amazing choice if you plan to game with it, as it has excellent gaming performance and fantastic console compatibility. While the Acer excels at most tasks, if you're looking for a monitor with more of a focus on USB connectivity, consider the Dell U2723QE. It has 5 USB-A ports and 3 USB-C ports, one of which you can use with its CAV-M switch, so you can use the same keyboard and mouse with 2 computers. However, in terms of overall performance, the Dell falls behind, as it has far lower brightness and worse reflection handling, making it more difficult to see in a bright room, whether you're doing office work or editing creative content. Additionally, HDR movies and games look considerably worse on the Dell, which is a problem if you plan to use the monitor for gaming or watching movies, making the Acer the best 4K USB-C monitor.
Check out this video description for latest price and more informations. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe and stay tuned.